It should have been simple. Pack the car, grab the snacks, argue a little about directions, and hit the open road. That's how most families start their vacations. But not ours. No, our trip began 30 minutes late, with 2 family arguments already in the record books, a trunk that refused to close, and a grandpa who nearly got left behind at the gas station before we even left town. That was our perfect start. I should have known then this trip wasn't going to be about making memories, it was going to be about surviving each other. Mom sat in the passenger seat, armed with a map, 3 bags of snacks, and the kind of determination only a mother can have when she's convinced a vacation will bring us closer together. Dad gripped the steering wheel like he was about to compete in a NASCAR race, muttering to himself about traffic. My little brother, wedged between an inflatable beach ball and the world's smallest travel pillow, kept asking if we were there yet even though we hadn't left the driveway. Grandpa had claimed the back row, chewing gum so loudly it sounded like a drumbeat, and occasionally muttering about how road trips were better in the 70s. My aunt brought along her blender, yes, an actual kitchen blender, because she swore she couldn't survive without her daily smoothies. And then there was my cousin, who was determined to document every second on his phone, even though his filming made everyone dizzy. 10 minutes into the trip, disaster number 1 struck. Dad realized he had forgotten his sunglasses, which apparently was equivalent to forgetting oxygen. We had to turn around. By the time we left again, Mom had already snapped, Grandpa was laughing at her, and my brother was crying because the turtle he insisted on bringing wasn't allowed to sit in his lap. That was just the beginning. On the highway, Dad tried to turn on the GPS, only to discover that my cousin had somehow connected it to his Bluetooth speaker. Instead of directions, the car filled with my cousin's off-key singing. By the time Dad figured it out, we had missed 2 exits and were headed straight toward a small town none of us had ever heard of. "This is fine," Mom said, though her voice suggested it was anything but fine. "Sometimes detours make the best adventures." She would regret those words later. We pulled into the mystery town, which seemed like it had been frozen in time somewhere around 1952. There was 1 diner, 1 gas station, and a billboard that said, "Welcome to Maple Falls, population, don't ask." We decided to stop at the diner for lunch, because nothing says family vacation like questionable food and sticky booths. The waitress, who looked like she had seen 1,000 families just like ours, asked what we wanted to drink. Before anyone could answer, Grandpa blurted out, "I'll take a milkshake." My aunt chimed in, "Can you make it smoothie style? I brought my blender if you need it." The waitress didn't even blink. She just scribbled on her notepad and walked away, probably regretting her life choices. Lunch was chaos. My brother spilled his soda, my cousin tried to film the entire thing like it was a reality show, and Dad argued with Grandpa over whether the fries were too salty or just right. By the time the food arrived, we were already the loudest table in the place. But the real disaster hit when it was time to leave. We got back to the car, only to find the trunk wide open. Our carefully packed bags gone. Just like that. Dad's jaw dropped. Mom gasped so loudly people in the diner turned to look. My aunt blamed Grandpa, Grandpa blamed the turtle, and my cousin started filming again, whispering, "This is going viral." And then, as if things weren't bad enough, a cow wandered into the parking lot and stopped directly in front of our car, blocking us from leaving. That's when Dad lost it. He slammed his hands on the steering wheel and shouted, "This is not a vacation, this is a circus."